Back. After a 17-month legal fight, WTOL and sister stations in Cleveland and Columbus have won a major victory in the Ohio Supreme Court against Cedar Point and its parent company. And lead investigator Brian Duggar is with us now to talk more about this. And Brian, what exactly was the court decision and why were we in Ohio Supreme Court anyway?
Yeah, so this goes back to our 2022 investigation when we had found that there had been 27 reports related to sexual assault in the employee dorms. And we actually got that from the Sandusky Police Department. When it came to the Cedar Point Police Department, they told us, we're not giving you those records. And we're like, well, you need to give us these records because you say you're a private police force, but really you're not. You're doing everything that a public police department does. So what the justices said today is that you need to turn over any sexual assault reports that you have during the time period we asked for, which was 5 years. I mean, it was unanimous. So, I mean, they definitely kind of laid it out there that they need to give us these records.
Well, give me the very beginning of this whole investigation by you. When did this begin? And this is well before you ever went on news with this story.
Yeah, I think it actually went back to either November of 2021 or December of 2021. We had found a case where a Toledo woman was suing Cedar Point, saying she had been sexually assaulted in the dorms. And so when I saw that lawsuit, I'm like, well, I wonder if there's any more. So we asked for the past year, and what we found, there were 10 in that year, and we're like, holy smokes, so let's ask for 5. And that's when we came up with a 27, and you know, we believe there's many more.
27 sexual assaults in a 5-year period in the employee dormitories at Cedar Point.
Yeah, and
I mean the culture in that building, it's unbelievable, it's staggering.
And that's what we heard over and over, that the culture really, it was kind of a lot of college-age kids looking for a good time,
Sure.
A lot of drinking, a lot of smoking, you know, trying to get together. And, you know, a lot of times things went, you know, in areas that they shouldn't have gone. Now, not all 27 people have been convicted, but there's been a couple. And there's enough smoke there that you certainly have to say what's wrong.
Well, and a lack of oversight by Cedar Point. That's what your investigation kind of pulled out here. Not just the cover-up, but the lack of leadership there to keep this from happening.
Yeah, they really never had any interaction with us. Every time we reached out for comment, they kind of gave us, you know, a stiff arm. And,
lawyered up.
And, you know, people we talked to, they said, well, you know, management at Cedar Point is telling us, yeah, you don't need to go to the police. It's not really that big a deal. You were drunk. Maybe this shouldn't have happened. So they kind of discouraged it. And we heard that over and over. So what we want these reports, and hopefully we will get them very soon.
What does this mean now when it comes to public records and moving forward now with private police forces?
Yeah, you know, Cedar Point for years, ever since I came to Toledo back in 1998, they've always said, look, we're a private police force, and some of these, when you see hospitals and like Rapid Transit Authority in Cleveland, a lot of them say we have private security forces. So what this is going to do, it's going to give us, you know, another, you know, a little drop in case law whenever we go back and try to fight these private police forces.
I mean, there are a lot of private police forces around. Are they as brazenly ignoring the law as these other ones are?
Well, I mean, hospital systems, I mean, there's a case, investigation we're working on now with one of the local, it involves one of the local hospital systems, and they've frankly said, no, we have a private police force. We are not subject to public police or public records. And yeah, I mean, so we hear that a lot. University police forces, not universities so much, but particularly hospitals. So yeah, but Cedar Point is definitely the group that like I said, ever since I've been here in 1998, they've always fought this. So
we have about a minute left. What happens now with this Ohio Supreme Court?
Yeah, so what's going to happen now, our attorneys are going to reach out to Cedar Point's attorneys at some point later this week and say, look, you've heard what the justices have to say. This wasn't a split court. This was unanimous. And they said, and we're going to go to them and we're going to say, look, anything you've got, that includes videos, investigative notes, audio recordings, anything that you have related to sexual assault, you need to turn them over.
All right. Brian, thank you so much. Looking forward to your reporting and more as this develops. It's a story that just keeps on giving, huh? Sad story, sad.
Yeah, I mean, it really is sad. So.